guys, it's Karen V, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to not gain weight on vacation. I just came back from a 10-day trip, and I thought this was a really important video to make for those of you that are on a weight loss journey right now, and you're getting nervous about going on vacation because you feel like all your hard work is going to go down the tubes and it's all over. And that's really not the case, and I just want to help give you some tips to keep you on track and to keep your head straight while you're enjoying yourself on vacation, because it's totally possible to stay focused and have a good time. If you're new to my channel, I make videos mainly about food, fitness, and mindset, and I do sprinkle in some other videos pertaining to my digestive journey. So you will see some videos regarding that as well. But what I do want to make sure you're doing, if you are on a weight loss journey, I mean, everyone's at such a different point when they're trying to lose weight. Everyone's got a different method. No one's journey is the same. But the way I like to treat weight loss is also like a lifestyle. No one wants to go on a restrictive diet to lose weight. That's not realistic. It's really about building better habits and new healthy habits into your life and being aware of certain things and just making it a lifestyle. I would never want to tell anyone to try to lose weight in an extremely restrictive way that seems like torture. So think about where you're at in your weight loss journey and make sure it is not a torturous journey. So this leads me into my first tip. You are going on vacation to relax, to abandon your work responsibilities, your home responsibilities, to enjoy spending time with some family or friends or your significant other. It's a time for experience. And yes, food is a part of it, but this is not an all or nothing thing. This is not, okay, I'm going on vacation, it is time to eat everything and just let it all go. I don't believe in that. That's not the way I operate anymore. In the past, I was like, whatever, and I would end up feeling pretty horrible as each day passed during my vacation. So I don't look at it that way at all anymore. I mean, honestly, at this point in my life, the better I eat, the healthier I eat, the more I eat mindfully, and I eat till I'm satisfied and not full or uncomfortable, the happier I am. I actually documented last summer how I treated my vacation. And this is, I wanted to make this video a little different. I didn't want to do the same thing, but this is the second summer in a row where I've documented going away for a week or 10 days. And I came back having gained no weight at all. And I used to get very nervous about going on vacations because I was freaking out about, abandoning my routine. And that doesn't have to be the case. It really doesn't. It's not going to be exactly the same as being at home, but it doesn't mean that you're going to gain all this weight. You just have to have a plan. If at home you have healthy habits that are in line with your weight loss goals, why would you abandon them when you're on vacation? Why would you all of a sudden ignore your hunger and fullness signals? Why on earth would you eat more than you normally do? You need to have that same sense of control and discipline to an extent when you're on vacation. And I know that that can be really, really hard. You're going to be around foods that you normally are not around because maybe you don't keep them in the house. I mean, trust me, when I was on vacation, there was plenty of food around me that was just pure sugar and pure deliciousness. But you have to decide for yourself at the beginning of this vacation or before you leave what you want for yourself in that week ahead. What do you truly want for yourself out of this vacation? And for me, part of what I wanted was to feel good every day during that vacation. I did not want to feel full from food. I did not want to feel exhausted. I didn't want to experience any kind of sugar crash or fatigue from, eating too much sugar or too much food. So you have to decide what you want for yourself, and you have to take the actions that are in line with what you want. So that does take focus, and I think the longer you've been on a weight loss journey, the easier it is. If you're newer to this whole weight loss thing, it's harder in the beginning. And don't beat yourself up if you didn't do as good as you wanted to. These are just tips. Believe me, I'm still a work in progress. I am not perfect, but I've made so much progress and I'm proud of that. Now I'm going to get a little more specific about things that you can do to stay on track with your weight loss or weight maintenance wherever you're at, and we're gonna get a little more concrete. It all has to do with having a plan. One of the things I did was I planned my snacks. I bought a bunch of snacks beforehand and I brought them all with me. So for us, we did a road trip and we had 2 stops. We stopped to see my aunt for a couple of days, and then we did the bigger part of the trip, which was going to the Outer Banks. So we had a full day of driving ahead. So I wanted to make sure that I had healthy, whole, nutritious snacks with me so that when me and my family did our pit stops, that I wasn't eating donuts at Dunkin' Donuts or getting candy bars at the gas station. You know, I stuck to my snacks. So I will cut to some snacks that I brought with me that were staples on my trip. Kodiak Bear Bites are one of my go-to snacks for when I'm having a little craving for something sweet, and I like it because it actually has 5 grams of protein per serving. You can eat 15 pieces and you get that 5 grams of protein. It's 120 calories, and I really like the first couple of ingredients. They are 100% whole grain wheat flour and 100% whole grain graham flour. So that makes me really happy, and I just feel like if you're gonna have a graham cracker, this is a more nutritious version. I frequently reached for these 2 snacks together. I got my Chomps for the quick protein, and I've got my granola bar for that sweetness and crunch. Chomps are free-range turkey sticks, and it's got 10 grams of protein, which makes me so happy because I'm always trying to get my protein in. And they do have various flavors, but turkey is my absolute favorite based on taste. So I really highly recommend this. Another favorite snack that I have found at Costco is this grain-free granola bar by Autumn's Gold, and I love this because it does taste amazing, but also the ingredients. They are all real food ingredients. There's nothing weird in here. You know what everything is, so that makes me very happy. My next tip has to do now with meals. So we stayed at a house. So, you know, if you're staying at a house or a hotel that has a kitchen or whatever, and you guys are like making your own food, you want to make sure that you have the cold staples that you need. So we arrived there at night, and the very next morning we head out to the grocery store, and I made sure I had the things that I have all the time at home. I got my oat milk. I made sure I had fruits, veggies, whatever was cold that I needed, I made sure we had it. So, and we were constantly at the grocery store. That was just something I knew I had to do for myself. I actually became the person in charge of vegetables at every meal. So I always made sure we had loads of vegetables to eat at every dinner. So that was kind of cool that that was my role, and it kind of kept me on track with eating my vegetables. Now, if your vacation is not that sort of vacation, like you're not cooking, and you're like, well, what do you expect me to do? I'm not cooking. This sounds like you have an advantage. So when you go out to eat, you have to make sure that you are prioritizing getting those veggies, because believe me, you're going to feel a lot better the healthier you eat on vacation, because what you eat on vacation is not going to be anywhere near what it's like at home. At home, it's so controlled. So when you're on vacation and you're eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you literally need to look at the menu and say, what are the healthy options here? Because I guarantee you it's gonna taste good too. I think we all think that healthy means lacking taste. And I don't find that to be true at all. I just don't. And I think it's because the more you feed yourself healthy foods, you start to really appreciate the taste of real foods. Like, I'm at the point now where the more processed a food is, or junky, I actually hate it. I don't enjoy the taste of the garbage food anymore. So it's all just practice. Find the healthy foods on the menu and try to incorporate as many of them as possible into your meal. And if you are just literally sitting there eating mindfully, savoring each bite and focusing on the conversation, but also enjoying each bite of food and just being so mindful in everything you're doing, you're gonna enjoy it. You really, really are. I think a lot of us, you know, when we've had issues with food or our weight in the past, it has a lot to do with our behaviors surrounding food. I used to eat really, really fast. I didn't really enjoy. I was just kind of shoveling it in. And that's definitely not a healthy habit. Definitely not good for your digestion, and you're being mindless about it. On a personal note, my issues in the past were either binging or just eating way past fullness and then going on the whole diet binge cycle. It was all or nothing. And that's why I say all or nothing all the time, because that's how I was. And I think that's how a lot of people are when they're trying to lose weight. They're all or nothing. And that is just please don't do it. Incorporate healthier habits, lifestyle habits, build on them. This is the smartest way to go, I'm telling you. Please don't go on a crazy restrictive diet. Just learn how to live in a better way and take it slow. So all of these tips really have a lot to do with treating your vacation week the way you would at home. So when I'm at home, I exercise. So on vacation, I exercised. I told myself, do not be lazy. You actually like working out. Just move your body. Do something. Try to maintain your strength as much as you can. Go for walks because you like walking. So that's exactly what I did. I did 2 or 3 strength training sessions, and I think I took a couple of walks. And I did actually go in the ocean and play with my kids a little bit. So I was active. I did not feel lazy. I felt really, really good working out. Now, I do lift weights at home. I mainly use dumbbells, and I was going to miss my dumbbells. I really, really was, but I survived a week and a half without my dumbbells, but I brought all of my exercise bands. I have like 4 different sets of bands. I brought them, and I just did what I could. And let me tell you, I broke a mad sweat. And I felt really, really good about what I was doing. It was nothing like my workouts at home, but I felt amazing because I made the effort. I did it. I actually did what I said I was going to do. And my body just felt so much better moving. So if you're going on vacation and you're just overwhelmed by this thought, and you're like, well, I don't know how to use exercise bands. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Keep it really simple. Like literally take the walks, okay? Just take walks. Take daily walks and you will thank yourself. And another thing you could do is such basic stuff like body weight exercises. Even if you just did 5 minutes a day of body weight exercises in your hotel room or wherever you are, you can do modified push-ups where you're resting right above your knees. Do squats, do lunges, whatever. Just spend a little bit of time moving your body. Do as many strength training exercises as you can using your body weight. And if you don't know what to do, I have said this before, you Google it. You Google body weight exercises at home and you will find stuff. I have a few videos as well. I'll link them above and below, but it's really, really simple to just do a few things for yourself to make yourself feel your muscles working, to get them activated. Okay, my next tip. So if you're on a weight loss journey and you normally use an app to track your food, do it on vacation. I actually did this for 90 or 95% of the vacation. I think on like the last day or day and a half, I think I just stopped because it was like 10 days. I was so dedicated for so long. And so I use my Fitness Pal. I love it. Honestly, at this point in my life, this is just something that I use because I like knowing. I like knowing how many calories I'm taking in and carbs, protein, and fat. Like I like knowing, and I'm really trying to hit some goals. But I do see myself at some point in the future not tracking. I think it's really good to track when you are starting a weight loss journey because sometimes it helps you to learn about how many calories are in food and portion sizes and all that stuff. It really makes you very aware. So if you're a tracker, keep tracking, okay? But if any point in your vacation, it starts to feel really stressful and you're like, I really hate doing this on vacation. This is not working for me. I want to just kind of trust myself here and stick to the healthy eating habits, but maybe just put the app down for this week. That's fine too. A lot of this is just judgment call. You have to know yourself and know where you're at. I find that weight loss is very, very individual. It's unique to everybody. Everybody's different. So you have to know yourself and what's going to work for you. But for me, I just kind of, all right, I brought my food scale, but I didn't really use it. I did a lot of eyeballing. I did do some measuring. If there were measuring cups and measuring spoons, I used them. But as for measuring my chicken or my meat on a digital food scale like I do at home, I didn't do that. I just kind of eyeballed and it worked out fine because I came home and I had gained no weight at all. I literally maintained. My next tip is regarding treats, sweets, desserts, indulgences, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I generally don't eat that stuff. Hardly ever. I rarely eat junk food. I just have gotten so used to nutritious whole food eating and some processed stuff in there, but it's like healthy processed, that I just don't want treats. But you know, on this vacation, there was a lot. Oh my goodness, there was a lot. So I think I indulged 4 or 5 times. But when I say indulged, I don't mean that I went off the deep end. It means that I worked those indulgences into my calories for the day. My brother-in-law brought duck donuts back to the house and I was like, I'm eating that because I love me a good donut, especially a duck donut. So I had 2 halves and I enjoyed it immensely. I tasted that donut, I savored that donut, and I had no guilt about eating that donut because I was indeed on vacation. But again, mindful. I was very mindful. I also had a piece of homemade fudge. I didn't have it at first sight. I saw it. I saw this big container of fudge. I said, oh, that looks good. Maybe I'll have some of that when I'm having the craving. But I have really learned to not let my eyes seeing food make me eat it right away, if you know what I'm saying. I really try to just indulge in those so-called unhealthy, non-nutritious foods only when I really want it. I don't want to just eat it just because it's laying there on the counter and, oh, that's my opportunity, I got to do it now. No, I don't. It's just sugar. You know, I can get junk food whenever I want, wherever I want. So don't ever feel like you have to eat something because this is your opportunity. There are other opportunities. It'll be okay. Okay, here's another big tip. This is a big one, I feel. Not that I experience it that often, but I feel like this happens in life with people. Because you're most likely on a weight loss journey because you're watching this video. Sometimes we worry about what other people think of us and our choices and our decisions in the moment. And I think that maybe people don't feel understood. I'm from an Italian family, so Italians love to feed people. I make my own decisions though. I don't let other people force me to eat something if I don't want something. And it really didn't happen often at all on this trip, but I have had moments where people maybe don't quite understand, like, why aren't you having that? And you just have to say, oh, I really don't want it right now, or, you know, I think I might want to have that later. And they just need to understand. Just my whole point in saying all of this is to just stick to your guns. Like, don't let others bully you or force you into eating something if you don't want it in the moment. I think a lot of people struggle with people pleasing, especially when, you know, maybe somebody's cooking a meal for you or buying you a meal and like you feel like you have to eat all the food. Like, you really, really don't. Okay, this is your body and you want to feel as good as you possibly can, and you make your own decisions about what you put into your body. So just please always remember that you owe nothing to anybody when it comes to what you choose to eat. You do your thing, you just do you, and it's going to be okay. And honestly, as you keep building your healthy habits through this whole journey that you're on, like, people just start to understand who you are and what you're all about. Like, people rarely give me a problem with anything these days because they just know this is how I am. But if it's new for you, they might not take it as seriously with you because it's new for you, you know, and they might think, oh, she's just doing this for a few weeks. She'll be off that diet in a month. Like, don't let anyone make you feel a certain way. You know what you're doing. You just do your thing. I think that's it. To wrap things up, it's really all about respecting yourself, respecting your body, and treating it as well as you possibly can. But please don't try to be perfect. I have a few things I always say in my videos. Forget perfectionism, forget all or nothing. Treat yourself with respect, enjoy yourself, get good sleep, de-stress, enjoy your life. It's baby steps and progress, not perfection. So I hope you enjoy whatever vacation you're going on, and please feel free to use these tips even just for events. It doesn't have to be a full-blown vacation. A lot of people stress about going to weddings and parties and all that stuff, and that was always my stress, and it's no longer my stress now, and I feel amazing that I've overcome that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that little thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos from me about food, fitness, and mindset. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell, because then you will be notified when I do upload my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.